It is something that a lot of Kenyans can identify with when it comes to Dr. William Samoei Ruto, is the fact that he is a real hustler. I mean, by the time someone comes from goes to the university, comes out, you do not have any godfather in the government to take you around. You look for a job and not get one. You go so low to the extent of doing odd jobs such as selling chicken. Then that person can identify with so many millions of Kenyans who go through the same thing. And Dr. William Samoei Ruto is a man that you will never take away that fact. No matter how much we tend to criticize him, no matter how much we say so many things about him. So he managed to come into power. That tells us something, that he's a very ambitious person. So out of ambition, he sought power. He was able to climb up through the ranks to be the deputy president of Kenya from being a chicken seller. That tells you a lot that he has really survived so many things, because this doesn't really happen to so many people. It is the energy that he has to be so ambitious that drives him. Dr. William Samoei Ruto knows how to play his cards right. He knows how to play around, identify himself with religion. He managed to contribute so much in churches over the 10-year period of his being in power with Uhuru Kenyatta. He managed to buy the conscience of so many people to such extent that people identify him as this man that is holy. And that's why it's so difficult when he is alleged to have been a corrupt person, that nobody tends to pay so much attention to that. And also, by the time we say that he is corrupt, let's just look at him as a person. When he came into power, right from where he started during Moi's time to now, we definitely know so well that he did not want to go back to where he was before. That was like going back to sell chicken. If you have struggled to get something, you don't want to go to that poor state that you were once. You just want to proceed and go forward and go forward. So out of ambition, he managed to come into power through so many ways. He managed to work in government from Ministry of Agriculture to being the deputy of president currently. And he has managed to hold that position for over 10 years of being a deputy president in Kenya. So no matter how much people accused him of so many things, no matter his relationship tearing apart between him and Uhuru Kenyatta, he never left power. And it's for one reason. If you have ever stayed without a job, if you get such a salary, there's no way you would leave the salary of deputy president and say, oh, now I'm resigning. Why would one want to resign? Why would a hustler want to resign? He was just behaving like a real hustler. He had to hold on to that job no matter how frustrated things, or no matter how frustrated he became, and still he held on to that power until the last minute. And we know that probably next week he's not going to be the president of Kenya. And it's not like he doesn't know this. He knows that he doesn't really have the blossomed connections, or he doesn't really have those godfathers. He cannot even identify with the majority of the people that are around him, especially the very top people like Uhuru Kenyatta, Raila Amolo Odinga, that probably may not really have gone through the same situation like himself, of looking for a job to earn a livelihood. So he can actually 100% identify with most of the Kenyans. And this is what makes him very attractive to so many Kenyans that follow him. So we can't take that fact from him. It is an advantage that he has, and he has managed to utilize it very well. So we know he has been alleged to have been to have grabbed land, to have been corrupt, to have done so many things. But one thing for sure that we know is that he saw an opportunity, and he grabbed every opportunity he could find. He knew that it is possible that if you play with politicians and your fellow people, that today you may be supported, tomorrow nobody may support you. And that's why he took advantage and amassed everything he could get for himself when he got the chance, including going to the University of Nairobi while still being the deputy president and doing a PhD, which he has already earned himself a title. How he managed to do a PhD and still remain in office as a deputy president is something that no one except himself and the supervisors in University of Nairobi can explain. All we know is that he has a title and is now Dr. William Samoei Ruto. So at minimum, I would say this is a man that knew 100% opportunity does not knock twice. So in any ministry that he has ever been, in any office that he has ever been, he always managed to take what he can take. Because definitely it is not that Dr. William Samoei Ruto did not know that he was never going to be the president of Kenya. He knew that, and he knows too well that there is a very high chance, 98%, that he will not be the president of Kenya come next week. But still, because so many people identify with him, he will continue to lead on and lead on. Because he needs this chance. Even if it doesn't happen now, he's too ambitious. He knows one day he will still be the president of Kenya. I think when he came in and started taking whatever he could find, these politicians or whoever you may say are the big people in the government were afraid of him. Because they felt like, oh, if we give him more chance, this man is too ambitious, he looks greedy, he may take everything. Because like when he got in, he wants to amass as much as he can for himself so that he can belong to that class of people. He can be able to identify with them who already have. So as he was, he never would ever be able to identify himself with those people, because he's a hustler. These people don't understand his kind of life. They don't understand his kind of hustle. And there is no way he would ever feel like respected enough to belong to that class of people. So he has had to have enough wealth to belong. And so when you see him so frustrated, it's because he knows that there are some traps that were laid for him and he fell into them. Like, he did not have money. He had to be paid to support Uhuru Kenyatta. He took money because he needed the money. I mean, real hustlers would exactly do the same. Because the moment you go to bed, you remember selling chicken. And you have sat in that office as the deputy president of Kenya. If you don't keep calm, you can actually become greedy. Because nobody wants to go back to poverty. So that's why you see so many people running after him, because they know when they are around him, they would get 1, 2, 3 things. And that's why you see him also being in a position to dash a lot of money to the religious leaders, to the people that are around him. They know that he is generous. And his generosity comes from the point of he remembers where he came from. And that was from Sugoi, where he sold chicken in the market. Of course, now he has made the business more modern. Like he sells chicken still and eggs, like he would always allege. And definitely he has modernized his business. He's not doing at the scale at which, or the level at which he was doing the business years back before coming into power. But no matter how much we want to say about Dr. William Samoei Ruto, which we can't even say enough, he is an ambitious man, and his ambition is what drives him. And some people fear so much ambition because they feel like this person, when someone is too ambitious or extra ambitious, there is a tendency people that perceive that person as a dangerous person. So the fact that he is not patient enough, and the fact that he has been able to get a lot of things for himself, including a doctorate title that a majority of the people that have been in power for so long have never been able to get one for themselves, makes a lot of people freeze. Guys, please subscribe if you've not subscribed and leave us your comments below. What do you think about Dr. William Samoei Ruto? Thank you and see you in the next video.